Hi guys, welcome back on board of the Crypto Cruiser. It's me, Chris, and today we're going to talk about Polkadot, what Polkadot is all about, what makes it unique. We're going to talk some chart analysis, of course, where I think Polkadot is heading in the immediate short term. Of course, we're going to talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum as well, because these are two biggest coins out there. Bitcoin with market cap of over trillions. So we definitely have to pay attention of what Bitcoin is doing, because Bitcoin is determining where exactly the rest of the altcoins will go. Of course, in my personal opinion, the altcoin season hasn't happened yet. Will happen shortly. I mean, of course, I don't have a magic ball. I can't predict exactly when this thing is going to happen. But we just have to look back in history. It happened before in 2013. It happened again in 2017, in 2021 as well. And most probably it's going to happen by end of this year or potentially early next one. Let's see how this thing is going to play out. Of course, anything I say in this video, it is not a financial advice. It's for pure entertainment purposes. And before you do anything, do the diligence and make your own research. So let's just start with the Bitcoin chart. And as I've said, now over the weekend, we haven't seen much movement. Bitcoin has been kept the same price, around between 113 and 115,000. So what I'm anticipating is either consolidate between these prices, as I've said, for a while, and then a blow off top, or the other likely scenario is to actually start going up and basically start testing prices of above 125, 130,000. Basically having an all-time high price, let's say by middle of August, potential one last correction and blow off top, and potentially can top by October, November of this year. Or the other scenario, as I've said, just consolidate between these prices, between 110 and 120,000 for a while, and by the end of the year to have a blow off top, which can potentially last. Pretty much the altcoin season can last between December of this year till February, March of next year. Corrections, as you know, in a bull market are actually healthy for continuation of the trend on the upside. So basically, since Trump mentioned about the tariffs that he's going to impose on all countries, such as Russia, China, and everyone else, basically we had a steep correction, basically from prices of around 88 down to 74, and from that moment on, from 7th of April, we've got nothing but straight up line. So what I'm anticipating is to have a blow off top. My personal opinion, of course, the most likely scenario, the way I'm seeing it, to have a blow off top by October, November of this year. When it comes to Ethereum, we are moving in an upward trajectory as well. We are in a definitely bull market, and we are forming not only now, if we're just looking at the statistics and just concentrate on the chart analysis one-on-one, what we're seeing a reverse head and shoulders. So the left shoulder was formed between the period of 10th of May, its previous all-time high, till November of 2021. So basically from price of around, it was around 4,400 till 4,800 when was the absolute peak of the bull season in November of 2021. We had a bear market. We bottomed at price of around 870, and we recovered by February, March of 2024. We recovered. We tested the 4,000 level once. We tested the 4,000 level again in June of 2024. We came back to this resistance line again on December of 2024, and while everyone was expecting to actually break above it and start hitting all-time high prices the way Bitcoin did, we actually collapsed. But what we did, we actually reversed it, and right now we're testing this resistance line that we've tested multiple times in the past. Right now, in June and July, we're testing it again at price of around 4,000. So once we broke above it, 4,011 to 4,200, and come back to this resistance line, we retested it and we turn it into support. What I'm actually expecting is to this ascending triangle pattern to play out, which of course is a bullish case. So you can clearly see it. It's a perfect ascending triangle pattern on the weekly chart. It's been forming from over a year and a half. So once it blasts, I can clearly see Ethereum goes to potentially 8 to 9,000. I mean, let's see how this thing is gonna play out. It's interesting for me to see, but I'm not gonna be surprised at all if Ethereum test price of around 8 to 9,000 by end of this year. I'm not gonna be surprised at all, as I've said. Now, when it comes to Polkadot, Polkadot is one of the most undervalued coins. So if we agree that Bitcoin is gonna go higher in prices, and if we also agree that the bull season, the altcoin season hasn't happened yet, and also if we also think that Ethereum gonna go to much higher prices, to let's say above 5,000, at least above 5,000 to its previous all-time high, to potentially price of around 8-9,000. So highly likelihood is the altcoins to actually outperform Bitcoin and Ethereum. Why? Well, because their market cap is way lower than the Bitcoin market cap and the Ethereum one. So the Polkadot is one of those layer ones that most probably, if history is any indicator, will outperform the Bitcoin and Ethereum in the immediate short term. I mean, we just have to look what happened in the previous bull cycle. So if we just concentrate between the period of end of December of 2020 and by February, by mid of February, so basically a month and a half, from price of around $4, we went all the way to $40. And then, of course, we went above it. We actually test price of around $50. So 10x is absolutely possible. And if we do it, we can potentially form a huge reverse head and shoulders, as you can clearly see it on the daily chart. Basically, the left shoulder was formed here the previous bull cycle between the period of April and November of 2021, which of course is the left shoulder, the head, which was the bottom of the bear market in 2022, 2023. And right now, if we have this bull season, the altcoin season, which can happen by end of this year, form the right shoulder, and potentially, I'm not going to be surprised at all if we snap above it, and basically Polkadot goes to price of above $100. This is not just wishful thinking. That happened previously in the past, and in my personal opinions, because I've been in the bull market quite a few times. I've survived bear markets as well, and the most likely scenario is to actually layer ones to be once again the most popular category and theme of the crypto asset groups. I mean, of course, DeFi is going to be one of those. Artificial intelligence, of course, Web3 gaming as well. But layer ones, which such as Ethereum, Polkadot, to name a few, Cardano, BNB, to be one of those one of the best performing assets out there. Let's see how this thing is going to play out. I think there's a lot of bearish sentiment. There is a lot of doubt in the markets, a lot of fear overall. They're expecting much worse things to happen, such as World War III, another COVID scenario, some other bad thing to happen. But in my personal opinion, we all have to have a positive outlook, to keep a positive mindset of the upcoming bull market, because that's what happened in the past. This is something that most likely is to happen, because it's been happening time and time again, and the markets, as we all know, as sophisticated traders as we all are, they happen in cycles. They don't happen just out of the blue. No, they happen in cycles. So this cycle hasn't happened yet. Once it happens, you better take advantage of it as much as you can, and just be positive, and don't fold under pressure. Once again, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate all the support. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please do it. It's for absolutely free. And if you really want to subscribe, to my Patreon and support my channel, that would be absolutely great. With that subscription on Patreon, you can get my 2 books, which it can help you become even more sophisticated trader. You can get a lot of knowledge about the most undervalued, underappreciated gems out there. Some of them 20, 30, even 50x potential. So it's definitely worth checking it. And of course, if you subscribe to my Patreon, you can talk to me directly about anything. I'll show you, of course, my lifestyle, certain things that I think it'll be much of interest for you guys, which of course I can't show on YouTube because YouTube is just for the chart analysis. But if you subscribe to my Patreon, it's definitely worth it. Once again, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate all the support, and we'll see each other soon. Goodbye.